let's not stipulate to that. It's not a clean CR.
What do they have in it?
Going into that. The point is,
they are voting yes on what we say here in Washington, a clean CR, a bill to keep the government running for 7 weeks, and Democrats are voting no. I understand what you're saying about where the differences are, and they are very big. They are voting yes on what we say here in Washington, a clean CR, a bill to keep the government running for 7 weeks, and Democrats are voting no, and for the reasons you just said. So how are they shutting down the government?
First of all, it isn't a clean CR.
Okay.
So let's not stipulate to that. It's not a clean CR.
What do they have in it?
Going into that. The point is,
want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh hell. She done went on CNN once again. Off that bottle. The clear in the dark. Ma'am, breathe, blow in this walkie-talkie. They say she done crashed out on CNN. Yeah. They say she done crashed out. She off that bottle. Gonna shake my cup then for you. Gonna shake that cup for you, Nancy. I tell you, we should have walked this out a long time ago in handcuffs. We needed term limits and handcuffs long time ago. I tell you, the hell with you politicians, the hell with what's going on down there with these Democrats. They should have walked this hell out a long time ago in handcuffs. But we back on CNN, the fake news media. We just can't get it right, can't we, Nancy? We just can't get it right. Let's go and jump into this, family.
Is here at the table. Day 8 of the government's. First of all, thank you so much for being here in person. We are day 8.
Oh, Dana, come on now.
Real stalemate, unless you know something I don't. But, right now what we're seeing is President Trump and Republican leaders are saying they're not going to negotiate on extending the health care subsidies until the government reopens. So I guess my first question is, what's wrong with that position? Why not open the government and then negotiate?
The government was opened, and then the Republicans closed it because they did not want to extend health care subsidies. That means that will raise the cost of health care to America's working families. They had their chance for all of this, but they didn't do it. Now they're saying, oh, if you open it, we'll do it. I don't believe that, but nonetheless.
Yeah, this stuff for drunk as hell. I don't even know why. I think I'm regretting playing this clip, but we got to show y'all though. I don't even know why I'm wasting time with this heifer, a drunk heifer on CNN. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with this. I don't. Because, it's the same thing, she running off the same script too. I mean, man, the same drunk, her script is just throwed off. She got that drunk ass script. She just throwed all the way off. But she's still following the line how the script goes. Same thing,
Here's the thing.
Wow.
The reason that the government is shut down is because the Republicans have insisted on taking down the subsidies, also Medicare, Medicaid, all of that, food for children, hundreds of billions of dollars for SNAP, to give a tax cut to the wealthiest people and the wealthiest corporations in America.
Let me pause my show to play this clip real quick. Let me just pause my show to play this clip. I'm sick of all this mess, man, and I'm sick of this health and these Democrats up here lying, and it's just Trump bad. Trump did this, they doing that. The billionaire donors, their tax buddies, the million, they want tax cuts, and they did this and that for his billionaire buddies. I'm sick of the same script that they run. I really am. They're cutting this, you're losing this, they're deporting Americans. I'm sick of it.
As promised, breaking moments ago, more than $200 billion coming into the coffers in tariffs, and now we're learning where some of that money will go. The White House has just announced that the Women and Children Food Program will not be cut off while the government is shut down.
Yeah, exactly. Get it right. The programs will be funded. I mean, you just can't make this up.
You don't expect us to say, okay, we'll agree to you're giving a tax cut to the richest people in America and increasing the cost of health care to open government. It's going to be up to them. They shut down government, and they're going to have to open up government. They have every shutdown since the 90s, when I've been around anyway, has been a Republican shutdown.
I understand what you're saying about where the differences are, and they are very big. They are voting yes on what we say here in Washington, a clean CR, a bill to keep the government running for 7 weeks, and Democrats are voting no, and for the reasons you just said. So how are they shutting down the government?
First of all, it isn't a clean CR.
Okay.
So let's not stipulate to that. It's not a clean CR.
What do they have in it?
Going into that. The point is, Democrats who created Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the Affordable Care Act, all of that, are now being asked, reject that so we can give a tax cut to the rich. We're not doing it. And it isn't a question of, well, let's come back together so we can discuss it. That isn't going to happen. They had that chance. Now they just have to open government with it as a stipulation.
So how do you get there? Would it be the president saying he's willing to engage in negotiations? What do you actually need tangibly to get there?
Well, let me just say I'm so pleased with Hakeem Jeffries and the role he's playing for our House Democrats, Chuck, of course. But here's the thing. Everything important springs from the people. The public knows that this is wrong for them. This is a kitchen table issue for them. This is a kitchen table issue. They want costs lowered. The Republicans are raising the cost. And this is, our members have been all over the country spreading the word. Lincoln, public sentiment is everything. With it, you can accomplish almost anything. And that is what we were doing. They're going to hear from their own constituents that government has to open up under these conditions.
And the conditions are that you want them to just automatically raise or extend, I should say, the subsidies for Obamacare?
Yeah, not to cancel them, but also it has to be in the law.
When you say cancel, they expire at the end of the year.
Yeah, so they must be expired.
Without any kind of negotiation over it, because they want reforms.
What reforms do they want? They want it to reduce. They want.
So you just don't buy any of it.
Reforms.
I'm just telling you what they've been on TV saying constantly.
I know that's what they say on TV, but look at history. Look at the experience. When he was president before, he was going to whatever. He said, Obamacare sucks. That's what he said. Obamacare sucks. It's not about reforms. We're all interested in reforms all the time. The subsidies are a reform. Under Biden, they are an improvement over the Affordable Care Act, and I'm very proud of the Affordable Care Act and the reforms. But they have not. They want it over 70 times. They voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act.
But this is a very specific part of the Affordable Care Act that you know better than I is popular in a lot of their districts
and that's
across the country.
And you say, how are we going to open it? We're going to open it because it's very popular and among Democrats, among Republicans, and among independents.
But you also mentioned making cuts to programs that Congress had already approved, raising. So you're talking about a wide array and wide range of wants and sort of demands that Democrats have. You've been through this kind of thing many, many times. I still can't see, and maybe you can explain it, how you get from here to there, because it feels like we're going to be in this for a long time.
Well, when President Trump was president before, it was 35 days.
Yeah.
And I remind you, he said, I'm very proud of this shutdown. That's the words he used, because they don't believe in governance, and then they don't believe in the work that government does. So now they're saying they may not pay the employees that do the work, which the law that he signed says they must pay.
Well, let me ask you about that. I'm glad you brought that up, because not only are they suggesting that perhaps they will not pay some furloughed workers, they're also still holding out the possibility of just firing federal workers. It's a pressure tactic against you and your fellow Democrats to do whatever it takes to vote yes to reopen the government.
With all due respect, they were going to fire these people anyway. Just look at their game plan. They were firing them
So you
anyway,
think it's
and the
an
workers
excuse?
know that. The workers are better informed than most of us on this because they're bearing the brunt of it, and they know they had this firing lined up for a long time.
So you don't buy it? You
Nothing.
think this is an excuse?
Of course I don't buy it, but I don't buy it, but there's clarity here. It's no use confusing the issue with, oh, they might have and would have and should have and all that. No. They're giving a tax cut to the rich, $4 trillion tax cut to the rich at the expense of food in the mouths of babies, health care for families, Medicaid for long-term health care for seniors.
You see what she's doing? You see? So I told you, same thing. Same misinformation, disinformation, the same gaslighting, the same stuff, man. The same rhetoric, the same stuff, man. You know? Same stuff. And we have to debunk it every single time. Oh, Father, I'm so thankful this clip is almost over with. I can't take no more of this drunk heifer on CNN. To hell with CNN.
As well as for poor children, not to even mention the Medicare cuts that they have, but I will mention them. In any event, don't ask Democrats to say we are going to reject everything we stand for in Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. They're firing so many people at Social Security, it's hard to get your benefit.
Yeah.
So this is a budget is a statement of values. What is important to you as a nation is reflected in your budget, and they have shown what is not important to them.
And I know, we're asking Republicans tough questions too, because the question is, where is their compromise? There has to be.
Drunk as a skunk. I'm glad this clip is over with, man. What y'all think of this, man? Be real with me in the comment section, family. Nancy Pelosi. I'm surprised this heifer was still walking around free. I'm telling you, they should have been put this heifer in handcuffs. I'm telling you, man. But she's just working so hard down there. She just can't give it up. You know? Boy, oh boy, oh boy.